A lot to tell, really. First of all, you know why most fighter pilots are young men. People your age think they're invincible. Well, I thought I was invincible. And when I got out of college, I either wanted to be a veterinarian or a fighter pilot. And I wasn't smart enough to be a veterinarian, so I became a fighter pilot. Graduated from pilot training, and I graduated high enough in my class that I got the plane that I wanted and the assignment I wanted. Well, being invincible, I wanted the F-4, which was the top fighter at the time, and I wanted to go to Vietnam, and I did. About 6 months after pilot training, after 3 survival schools and 2 in a school to upgrade into the F-4, I was in Vietnam. It was fun. I think every kid ought to have a fighter in his garage. A lot of fun to fly. And the fact is, if they could guarantee you not to get killed, shoot, I'd still be doing it. But it was fun. Probably the most memorable thing that I went through was when I did bail out. I actually bailed out supersonic, which at the time, I was the first person in the history of the world to bail out supersonic and live. Anyhow, I did it. And I landed about 200 yards in front of I landed in the ocean in the South China Sea. Landed about 200 yards in front of a U.S. minesweeper. And I landed right beside the ball of fire where the plane went into the ocean. And the minesweeper was coming right at me, but turned around and went the other way, and I couldn't figure out what had happened, but as it turned out, they hadn't seen me, although my chute came right down by the plane, and they heard the plane coming down, they said, and they were looking for a parachute, but didn't see one. And so anyhow, they picked me up and almost drowned me when they did it. They threw a ladder over the side of the minesweeper and wanted me to climb up the ladder, but bailing out supersonic, I had a busted arm and a busted leg, and I was hurting pretty bad all over, and there was just no way I could climb the ladder. So they threw a boat over the side. You know, one of these rubber boats that you see all the time. And they put a doctor in the boat and a corpsman. And the idea was to pull me up onto the boat and then help me get up the ladder. But I still had my parachute on. And they pulled up to the upwind. No, get down there. Pulled to the upwind side of me. And my parachute became a sea anchor and drug me underneath the boat. And you've heard people talk about almost dying and stars go around your eyes, and you know the time's coming, and you get a real quiet, serene feeling when this happens, and it happened to me. And I saw the stars, and all I could think of was, you know, what a way to go. And anyhow, they pulled me back up. I got a gulp of air, and it was really funny, but I looked up, and there must have been 20 or 30 seamen, just like the old pirates in the old movies, with a knife in their teeth, diving off the ship to try to cut the parachute away from me. But the reason that had so much of a profound effect on me was I felt for some reason I was saved. And I thought, you know, how many good things you can still do in life. And don't ever look back. And it gave all of us a pretty bad taste when we came back to the U.S. and saw the rioting and the people and the spitting on you. I never was spit on, but I had a lot of snide comments made. Because one thing you do get in a war situation, you get a whole bunch of medals. So you get all those damn medals and people look at you and everything. But as I look back on it now, I'm real proud to see what the American soldier is getting the respect they deserve, the life they go through, the hardships on their families, on their children, on their wives. It's good to see that.